destroy.
And then it's killed, it's, you know, the dousing with petrol, fire, somebody has a lighter ready, tire, everything. But then the next moment, Babangida is driving past, everybody stand at attention. Even for that moment, if a rich man was passing by, they would stop the killing of a poor man to pay him, you know, accolades. And
I don't even think, even if you don't pay him accolades, I don't think that is good enough.
Yeah.
You know, there's no stigma when you harm black motherland people.
Mm-hmm.
When anybody that is destroying African people has no repercussion.
It's true. No repercussion for doing it.
And I think the real reason is because as we are here in Nigeria, there's nobody really articulating to us, to the people. Nobody with the means, you know, people with all the means, they are not really trying their best to articulate to the people a vision, the narrative, you know. It is difficult for Nigerians to see things in historical context because we are not raised in that context.
There's no history anymore.
We don't see, you know, everything we know about ourselves starts from 1914. I mean, even Buhari said, God knows why he made Nigeria. So immediately he said that, and I realized that Nigeria was only made in 1914. Even according to his own Islam, the earth is 6,000 years old. Scientifically, it's how many billion? 2.8 billion years. You know, so let's say 6,000 years that the earth, Nigeria only existed 100 years ago. How did God do that? That means God is Lord Lugard and the Queen.
Mm-hmm. That's what he's saying.
Basically, because God did not create Nigeria.
Lord Lugard did.
And the Queen.
And his girlfriend.
And Gold Tubman, the man who was in charge of the United African Company, who subdued,
USC,
you know, who came to start to negotiate on behalf of the Queen. Nigeria was actually going to be called Rhodesia, like Rhodesia after Cecil Rhodes. It was going to be called Rhodesia after Gold Tubman, but then it didn't happen.
But
it would have been Rhodesians.
Yeah. Do you realize that a lot of African countries were actually in the West African region, they were named after resources found in them?
Yes, there's many.
There's a Gold Coast.
Or after the person that the white man that saw them.
There is Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast, of course.
Cameroon is named after shrimp. Cameroon. That's a place to find shrimp, lobsters. So I won't be surprised. And that's why that lady who named Nigeria just look at it and says, it's Niger area.
You know, like we are pets.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. So, I mean, this is... so for me, it is... When I talk to people generally about Nigeria, I said, I hope that one day we'll have a president that's not going to tell us, I want to build you bridges, but I want to teach you how to build bridges. Because, you know, not say I want to build roads, but no, I want to teach my people how to build roads. Not that you want to give us electricity. You can't give us anything.
You have to make them happen.
We have to be able to. If we don't know how to do it, no, that means
we can't sustain it.
It has not been done.
I think this is important, considering that, and we'll make a segue into that. When I started this, there's a whole lot of question about, so what are you gonna do? And my position is that the future will be like, and conversations cannot be about how many kilometers of roads we build. Yes, it's important, but it's about, you know, in the next world that we are aspiring to enter into, the next era, what is the place of Nigeria? What's the place of a Nigerian young person, old person? But how are we able to represent?
But the road design we even have right now, building more, this is a colonial setup.
Of course.
We have not designed, these so-called Nigerians have not designed Nigeria. We are just following what colonialists set up to extract. That's why in Nigeria, the only thing that develop is for business. Every road they build is so that goods can move. Everything they do is so that money can be made.
Services.
It is time for a government that will invest in the people.
Yeah.
Because when we invest in the people, then the people can build the country.
That was the reason why we talked about minimum wage, and I said I'm ashamed to even be proposing $300 per
month.
Yes, per month. But for me, it's
people are saying how are you going to find it?
No, they said that it's going to cause inflation. What is the meaning of inflation when you are investing in your people? And even Bill Gates, as reactionary as he is, kept telling them, say, look, the solution to your problem is you have to make investment in human capital. You understand? That's Bill Gates, too. And Bill Gates is not trying to save the world. He's not trying to save you. But he was honest enough, or at least, bold enough. And of all the places that Bill Gates has ever spoken, he said Nigeria is the first place where he has shown any sign of even courage. Otherwise, he's a very shy person doing his business, making his billions. But Nigeria, because why? He has lost so much money here. Whatever he's doing, that he had to tell them, look, you better go and invest in your people, because otherwise I'm going to pack my things and just leave you guys. Because Bill Gates met diseases in Nigeria that he's attending to that is no longer in existence anywhere in the world again. Things like polio. And like you're saying, he probably look at it and say, maybe if they had their own doctors, like the Cubans did,
yeah,
but they don't polio anymore.
But the thing about the Cubans is that the Cuban doctors are ideologically sound. Mm-hmm. They are Cubans to the blood. They are Cubans first. We have more doctors in Nigeria today than we had in 1960.
That's right.
But there are more people that cannot be treated in Nigeria today than in 1960.
Yeah. It was easier to get treated in 1960.
The more lawyers we have,
the less justice there is.
The less justice we get. The more police we get, the more insecure our lives are.
Because
the more politicians, the more backward our politics.
Yes.
So why is that? The more we want peace, the more there's violence and war. So why is that?
Because we don't have leaders.
Because the country is not. The country is not for us.
Yes.
It's not for us, because those that the country are for, they don't have the way the doctors that they use are available.
Mm-hmm. Look, for those that are just joining us, this is Seun Kuti, my good friend for a long, long time. And when we started this, we went to his house. But tonight we couldn't go to his house because there's no electricity there.
No, I don't like to. Let me be honest. Because it's a joke. Listen, President. Not excuse me. I will touch you. Don't do like. I've been having lights for the past 5 days, please.
Well, yeah. How did it come about?
I don't know.
Maybe because you arrived.
No, they say even before I go back. See, listen, whatever is happening, keep it up.
That is campaigning for Buhari. They would love for this.
No, but whatever is happening, keep it up. Is it for only my? See, listen, even what I'm saying, like. I'm saying for myself, I'll keep it up in my area, but I'm not saying that light is good in Nigeria. There's a lack of, what you just said is important.
Yes.
There's a lack of there's a disconnect between city life and rural life. Mm-hmm. We, the city dwellers, always believe that rural people are not part of Nigeria.
It's not like the poor people, the thing you were talking about now.
Because our elites have been very, very ingenious at destroying solidarity among Nigerian people. It is something that is invested billions, and
just to destroy solidarity.
To make sure that we don't trust ourselves.
Yes, and love ourselves.
To make sure that we believe that we are our own problem
and enemies,
and our own enemy. To continue to be victims. I said something that Frantz Fanon said something. I repeated it on Beat FM. Everybody went, I said the only way to stop being a victim is to become the enemy of your oppressor.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The day you become the enemy of your oppressor is the day you have shared victim,
yes,
and become his enemy with whatever that entails. And that's the reason why I'm toying so much. I have become the enemy of my oppressor for a long time.
Yeah,
they don't give me any kind of work here, so I gotta work. I need to.
You don't get invited. Maybe it's because you don't praise sing.
But what's there to praise? Even when even when people discuss me, like, Oshun can.
Just tone it down.
No. We can actually even get you some nice endorsements. I tell you, like, really, I know, like, when you hear people on their mobile phone in Nigeria every day, they are swearing for these telecommunication operators. Be it anybody. You know, go better for Glo. You know, go better for MTN. You know, go better for Airtel. You know, that's all I hear.
Everywhere you go, make sure go strike
you. That's all I hear all day. So if I'm your ambassador, am I not receiving ambassadorial share of so that's what I'm just saying. So for me, there are many things that we as a people have to decide. You, for example, you are putting yourself on the line for Nigerian people. Many people support you. You've come up with the AAC, African Action Congress, but still, many young people believe in Nigeria that their vote is their power. I put something on Facebook today. I say the elites don't respect your vote. The security forces don't. Everybody's advertising PVC up and down. There's somebody's contract. If you don't collect, he won't collect his money.
Yes. The more he makes,
the more you collect, the more he collects.
Yes.
So they can advertise.
But at the end of the day, your PVC is
we must not only to vote.
State.
The voting is just a tool. We must engage. It is our duty, especially in this generation. In my group in Nigeria, I call us the liberation generation.
Yes.
Because with this generation, this has to be the generation to liberate this country. We can't take it as a, oh, okay, when Sowore runs for election, we'll go and vote. Or I'll just go and vote for him and that's it. No. Sowore alone as the president of Nigeria can do only so much. Sowore has to control the Senate, House of Assembly, state government, their assemblies, the security forces. Young people get to work.
And we have a lifetime opportunity now.
I mean,
that's what I tell people. We have 70% of our population young people. They are there. They have the power, which is beyond PVC. Like you said, all you need to do, the most powerful and most potent PVC at this time, is what Fanon said. You know, be an enemy of your oppressor. Let it be very clear. Don't let him be in doubt when you are passing. That you get the vibe. That ones,
yes, of course.
They are not playing. Let it be very clear, even on social media where you need young people, where they control the levels of conversation and engagement, they are still there, double speaking and double dealing,
I see them.
assigning themselves roles, calling themselves media influencers, only to gather followers and then take the followers and sell to a politician that they know will sell them down.
I see them.
So this is why this conversation is. It's the reason why I pull you in wherever I can find you, and to talk about. I know, like recently, which you told me not to talk about because people know your position about cannabis. And it's part of the elevation of conversation that we need to have, because maybe some of the things that Fela, for example, saw some 40 years ago, people didn't get it, and then he was vilified. I remember when I was growing up, and my father had me listening to Zombie. Omode Fela, because that time they had banned it. Why are you listening to Fela and all those kind of? Of course, my father later explained to me why he did that, because they were all guarding their kids not to be on the front line like Fela did. And the worst person you can be in life is to be the son of a teacher or a preacher. I was the son of a teacher. That's how I turned out this way. I think Fela was the son of a preacher. That's why he turned the way. It's because.
So what's my own problem?
It's because you're a son of Fela now. That's a big problem. Anyways,
a teacher and preacher together.
Together, you are the son of a teacher, a preacher, and a prophet. Bad combination. Anyways, but it's important to I want us to keep talking to our generation. That is not about sometimes they feel like when we go and ask them to do something right, we are asking for a favor, and that's the problem I have sometimes. Even going to some of the places I should naturally be at, it's because I don't understand why I have to beg you to say, look, make your country work. Fight the oppressor, retain your education, get paid normal salary. They want me to go to the NLC and beg them to say they should sign up to minimum wage. I don't have to, because you don't even need negotiation or minimum wage. The president, the governor of a state in Nigeria will not only get paid security vote, they also, before they finish their term, get paid their pensions. Some of them have 2 houses, 5 houses, lifetime of security provision. You have to buy a car for them every year. And Nigerians want me to celebrate when Buhari pays pension of Nigeria Airways workers 40-something years after. They did not even remember to pay the pension until the Nigeria Airways started, failed miserably. So they decided, okay, just to cover up all of that. So it's how do you confront the lethargy amongst young people? How do you come around and you see young people who ordinarily should say, look, this is power on the street, we can just speak it, and they're just like, merry-go-round, let's take it easy, and don't offend them, it's libel, be very careful what you say on radio, watch your back, or all those kind of things. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, because I think personally, people are really mystified by the system, and it's important to also demystify, Also, the duty of nation building has to be seen as serious. I believe that many young people see it as, you know, the duty of someone else. Because we've not really been taught duty. I always tell people, like, everybody likes to get a job, but nobody wants to do duty. You know,
and there's difference between a job and duty.
You know, and we owe ourselves, our country, and our own future this duty to be the generation. Because one generation has to pay the price, and sacrifice. That's why I'm not even, you know, okay. Even if nobody wants to, it's not only AAC. I mean, there's so many young. We have to organize. We have to see it as something that is valuable. You know, okay, we've been raised in a way not to value ourselves in this country as motherland people. Going back to what we're saying, see, it's only when the elites trigger our programming that they have indoctrinated into us that we react. So that's why majority of Nigerians are reactionary about these headsmen. So, but I am sure that more Nigerians have died in our own hospitals this year due to lack of health care than the headsmen have killed this year.
And roads.
How have we been? Does that create that kind of outrage? Or the death by headsmen is just so different? Do we care when black people die in Somalia, in South Africa, in Kenya? No.
But we care when there's something in France. We're checking in and out of France.
Exactly, because
on Facebook.
This is the indoctrination. Not to value ourselves.
Yes.
The lies that we've been told that we've not added anything to humanity. We've not been told that we are children of sacrifice. Many people don't even understand that the fact that we can sit down here today and do this interview, and it was sacrifice. Many people gave their lives for us to have these opportunities. Black people were never invited to the table for anything. I mean, all over the world. Even in our countries here in Nigeria, to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be a student, somebody had to die. Pay the price. Fight, struggle, you know. So
I want you to, do you guys have, there's any question for Seun?
You know, because
people are watching.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because for me that was important.
They have questions for you. Is there anybody watching to see if there's any questions?
Not yet.
Not yet. They are enjoying you too much. If it was me now, they would have bombarded me.
No, you because you know you have to give them answers.
But you are giving very real, concrete answers. I gotta tell you, you're doing very well.
You know, because this is just what I believe. You know, personally, that we are all overlooking. It's our duty to this country.
Yes.
You know, what are we outraged about? What annoys us? The only thing that annoys us is when the pillars, these fake pillars that they've planted in our mind, that they've erected in our souls, in our psyche, and they know how to push those pillars. You know, so anytime anybody touch those pillars, you become enraged.
This is my favorite picture of the Independence Day. It's a Nigerian politician with food in front, and then he uses big boots to hold the hand of the kids down.
Yeah, I see.
So that he's eating all by himself. This is my favorite picture.
So most of the system, you know, like we look at our country, I always tell people, like, how do you analyze this? If the police kill black people in America, they say it's because they are white.
Yes.
So why do cops kill us here?
Exactly.
Why did they shoot us indiscriminately?
Black on black violence now.
That doesn't even exist. There's just violence. Man is violent, you know. There's no such thing as black on black. You kill the person closest to you. That's how man is built. But anyway, let me just. Our banks don't give us loan here. Just the way banks don't give black people loan anywhere in the world. Yeah. And in America, they will say it's because of racism.
But isn't our banks here also an extension of the banks in America?
That's what I'm saying. Even our security forces is still the same colonial training that
they used to call them constabulary.
Yeah.
There's a Queen Police now.
So it is still that training, a training against.
There are still countries in the Caribbean that are still using the head of the Queen on their currency, and they still pray to the Queen, they preach to the Queen, all kinds of queen like that, you know.
Me too. We are still in the Commonwealth. Nigeria is in the Commonwealth. I mean, so.
And there's nothing common in Commonwealth. So
Commonwealth
is not common.
You know, we won't need visa to go to their country. How we Commonwealth?
Exactly. We are Commonwealth for the conference. To swell up the Commonwealth conference.
Yeah, so it look good.
Yes. Anyway, so if you have any questions for Seun Kuti, please do ask him. He's on ground today. There's a question for him.
Yes.
For Seun, not me.
Yes,
let them bombard him.
Really? Is he performing at the convention?
Performing at the convention Saturday? Are you performing?
I'm not performing. Nobody has told me about it.
He's not been invited to perform, but we're inviting him to come and just talk to us. He just arrived, just found him out today. Found out he was in town today. It's not easy to get Seun to perform. That's one thing you should know. Even after you pay his fees, he may decide not to perform.
That's fake news. That's presidential fake news.
We can't afford.
If I collect money, I always perform.
Yes, he's a good guy. So, any other question for him?
Yes. What is his message for the youth to step up and take the country back?
Yes, that they have to engage the system. We have to completely engage this system fully. It's time for the youth of Nigeria to not just energize, but also organize. If you're not a part of, I believe that if you're over 25 in Nigeria today, and not an active part of any political movement, then you are not doing your duty. We are not being educated in our schools enough to understand what and who we are as motherland people, and the glorious future that awaits us if only we can take our destiny in our own hands. That's why there's so much distraction in front of us. Everything we do is imposed on us by the elite as young people. That's why they make you feel bad if you're poor. They make being poor look like a crime or some kind of sin against God. Because they have to make you feel like you are your own problem. They have to push your mind down like that. You look at the TV, you look at the radio, you listen, go to your church, it's the same. The mosque is the same elitist message. Basically, everybody else is your enemy. Everybody's trying to kill you. That's why you are poor. Your father wants to kill you, your mother wants to kill you. All these kind of things. So we can't organize. We can't trust ourselves enough to come together to be something. So I really believe that the youth of Nigeria need to be a part of something. We all need to be a part of something. I mean, if a man like Sowore has come out to say he wants to be president, why is his party not full of young people? There's so many parties why they're not full of young people wanting to be senators. Because we need to taking the country back. It's not by taking the presidency back. The presidency is not the country. If you want to take this country back, you have to be ready for every local government,
everywhere,
every state assembly, every state government, every federal parliamentarian position. We must be aspiring to fill those with the right ideology
and right candidates.
Yeah, right candidates and right ideology, especially. I'm not listening about age. Everybody running around age. Oh, not too young to rule. Or he's too old. No, it is always about the ideology. It doesn't have anything to do with age. Sowore here could be 20 years old and I'll support him because I know what he stands for. And it might as well be 100 and I'll still support him.
I'll still be like this
because I know what he stands for.
Yes, but I think people are discussing age because it has become a factor in how much we invest in hospitals in London. So, and those kind of characteristics. I don't think people hate old people because they're old. They hate old people because they have disappointed them so much.
Yeah, but the young ones.
A population of young.
But I see a lot of young people too with lots of money that rather just spend it every week. I mean, okay, how much do you think goes back to Europe in a week from Lagos alone through our nightclubs? How much do you think would go to? How much do you think?
Millions of dollars.
Exactly. I mean, they don't even need to come and appropriate our money anymore like they used to do in our father's era, where they were intelligent. They had to bring all these fake laws and crimes and literally come and steal. No, now we just willingly work hard in Africa, sweat,
do everything, to return everything back.
But because of the message, the indoctrination that you cannot be yourself, You cannot have value as a black man. You know, the identity of being black, this black, you know, the criminalization of the identity. I mean, look at it. Look at the TV today. Every black person you see on TV is either an athlete or an entertainer or a singer. You know, so black people don't aspire. I went to my primary school. I say this thing all the time because it completely amazed me. Every kid there wanted to be a musician. Every kid. And in Nigeria today, people are dropping law degrees to become event planners. They're dropping medical degrees to become tailors. And people are praising them.
Even the Minister of Health said that he's tailor. He's a medical doctor. So that everybody should not go and be...
Exactly. And this is in a country where we are dying because the country cannot meet the aspirations of the young people anymore. You understand?
We can't treat our sick.
Yeah, so
there are no doctors to do it, because the doctors are doing event planning.
Even if you're a talented doctor, you're looking for the way out.
Because the system doesn't.
If you're a talented engineer, you're looking for the way out. If you're talented anything, you're looking for the way out. Look at the TV, and then, as I was saying about this criminalization of our identity, when you listen to the backstory of most of the black people you see on TV, it's a criminal story they put there. For reasons I do not understand. Why every black person on TV must have, you know, if he's a sportman, you say, man, I was in gangs. If it wasn't for sports, I'll be in prison. I don't understand it. Every musician will tell you I used to sell drugs, I used to do this. Where do they get these people from? Who are these people?
Well, it's profiling. That's
so
part of the conversation.
So now, if you have money as a black man, you have to show that, and you are not famous. Nobody knows you. So how would they know you are not a criminal? Since every famous black person on TV is a criminal. If it wasn't for his music or the sport he was playing, and you are not playing sports or singing, how do we know you are not a criminal, sir? You have to wear all the expensive clothes, wear gold chain around your neck, forgetting that your brothers are dying in the Congo every day, you know, for this thing to be, you know,
to be exploited.
I understand if things that we need. Okay, we need cars, we need phones, so we're exploited for that. Okay, fine. But there's certain things like gold and diamond chain and all these expensive watch that I know we don't need to survive, and we know black people are dying by the thousands every day because of these things, and we still want to use it to show people that, oh, I'm not that black person that you think. Me, I'm the one that have made it, you know. So this is the only way we can survive or exist. So we have to elevate above this cage. It's a cage. It's a deliberate cage that they've put us as motherland people, as young people especially. So you find many young people that cannot escape this dream. You know, because you have to understand, whiteness is also economics. To access this whiteness, if you have some money, you can access whiteness. So throughout your life, you spend your life trying to access, you know, whiteness. You know, so that you can just see you. As soon as you make money, you don't know why you're doing it, but you're moving straight to the white neighborhood or the rich people neighborhood. You know, you start saying things like, black people, they don't get sense. You know, black people get black mind. I mean, you know, but we don't understand. But it's a cage, and if you do not elevate, you cannot escape it. You know, like when they say, oh, crabs in a barrel, black people are crabs in a barrel, we are putting ourselves down. I say, listen, is the barrel the natural home of the crab?
The crab, yes.
Is the crab supposed to be in the barrel in the first place?
It's a cage for it.
Release those crabs, put them on the shore of the beach, and they'll be helping themselves to the sea.
And then help themselves back out.
Exactly.
I've seen that before.
Exactly.
Where crabs join hands together
to get to
their natural environment. They'll come to.
So don't talk about the crowd pulling themselves down in the barrel. Talk about the barrel.
Yes, get rid of the barrel. It's true.
There's a question that says, why are celebrities not coming out to support the movement?
I mean, because celebrities, I don't know. You ask them.
Is it celebrities are also?
You are the ones empowering them. I mean, I don't know how. See, let me say something. I don't like when people ask me celebrity questions in Nigeria, because people don't really empower me in this country. You know, come to my shows. They don't call me for shows. They don't do anything, but they always want me to answer a celebrity question. You are the one that's empowering them. You are their millions and millions of followers. I only have 32,000 followers on Facebook. So I don't know about celebrity ship and why they don't talk. We empower our celebrities. If we cannot hold them to account by ourselves, then
because it's economic too, and this is very important. I get that question all the time. Oh, why don't you go and meet the celebrities, get their endorsement? And I said to them, why did somebody become a celebrity in the first place? It's because we're following them. You're paying to go to their shows. You're buying their products, so they endorse, or to which they're ambassadors for. If you want celebrities to fight for freedom, you fight them economically. To use your economic power to push them in the right direction.
I mean, boycott is a strong strength Nigerians don't even bother to use.
And they use it in South Africa.
We have the strength of boycott. I mean, in this country now, we are using imported petrol. And we are shouting every day we want refinery. They are borrowing Dangote 7 billion to build refinery.
I can't build for Nigeria.
He's building refinery for Nigeria, his own private with public. Anyway, let me not even go into PPP matter. That's on that discussion entirely. But we in Nigeria today, we are using imported for what? Why should we be paying world prices? All these billionaires in Nigeria were made by Nigeria. If there's a problem, it's time for them to sacrifice for Nigeria. And if they refuse, Nigeria should boycott their products. But because we want to use our car, nobody wants to sacrifice. Trust me, before we boycott their petrol for 1 month, they will bring down the price. You don't need your government to make any law. You don't need it. We self no buy. We sit in our house. We take public, we carpool. We take public transport. We show solidarity against our enemies. No. It is us, God, they will use to increase the price. When they stop selling the fuel, all of us go and queue in their petrol station. They will not start showing the queue all over the news. Everybody goes, government, do something. Government, do something. Government will say, oh, government and... Who is government? Who is oil seller? They are one and the same. The same people in the government are the same people selling the oil. They're not say, okay, we have agreed. We'll raise the price. So no, confess. Because okay, don't raise this back small again. I don't fall for that job. I'm involved in nation building. No more falling for their gimmick. There's so much gimmicks going on. We have to really educate ourselves to be deep to see. If I see that what I want to do cannot have the power to bring what I want to see, I don't bother engaging in it. To protest, you have to protest to somebody that cares. If you protest to somebody that doesn't care, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time.
What about the elevation of protests?
Is boycott.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So we have to start boycotting in this country.
If celebrities don't represent your aspiration, you start by removing yourself from their Twitter account. Exactly. Everybody remove themselves from their Instagram account.
Exactly.
Instagram account that is 2 million before, if they discover in 5 days that it has reduced to 500,000, you will be talking to this one. Doesn't even need boycott. It's just a boycott of their social circle. So, but people have not. I don't think anybody ever thought about it, and that's what I keep telling them. Why are you coming to me to say that celebrities should?
People always come to me and say celebrity.
Believe me, if you believe in me and your celebrity, the celebrity you love is not, go to their page and say, look, if you don't support my candidates, I don't follow you anymore. And if everybody is saying that to all the celebrities in the order that they come, both on Instagram.
But people too, many young people in Nigeria want to be celebrities. So.
That was what.
So and they want to be celebrities without political responsibility.
Yes.
This black excellence thing is very interesting. Black excellence is all over the place where they're doing it for the culture. All of them. But Frantz Fanon, he used to be negritude in the 60s. We have to go back and read our real founding fathers. The people that fought for us, they wrote a lot of books, a lot of ideas, a lot of solutions, because they knew what was coming.
You're talking about Frank Fanon?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Educate them.
So black excellence is largely irresponsible. All they are doing is, showing their, how good they are, but they are not good to their people. They're not giving back as much as the people have given to them. You understand?
But that's the job of the people, to make sure that
exactly
you are loyal to somebody. That loyalty,
fluff.
Fluff.
They come and they go. This is not You know, this is not life. It's not life. The thing, I mean, petrol, for example, that one is life. How can we be afraid to boycott? How can we be afraid to take action against those that have always taken actions against us?
Do you have any questions for Seun?
Do you believe in revolution, and is Nigeria ready for it?
Well, the thing about revolutions are, you know, is this. The thing about revolution is it can happen in many different forms. But what is most important is that people are politicized. Because if they're not politicized, it cannot be a revolution. It will be a mob action. I mean, this is what I'm seeing happening in Nigeria one day. In mob action, people will just be fed up. They'll start small. They'll start burning shop. Then they'll burn one police car. They'll see nothing can happen to them. They'll elephant from there, start bringing people out of their car. Just because you are rich, they'll start entering people's house. And then they'll go to one big man's house. You know. I see that happening. In fact, it's happening in some areas.
Already.
I mean, what is Boko Haram if it's not that? You know. He said that Boko Haram is also an arm of our government. Let's say the truth. No, it's true. Nobody can tell me.
No, of course. The government said it now.
The only people, he said they are our children. That's what Jonathan first said. We can't go and
but Jonathan also said that there are Boko Haram people within their party.
But he first called them their children. Before he even said there are Boko Haram people within the party. And for me, the only people that kill Nigerians is the Nigerian government. You can't say you are fighting Nigerian government and you are killing poor Nigerian people. No, that's the job of Nigerian government. That's what they do. You can't tell me you are doing it and you are fighting them. That's a lie. Come with a different tactics.
Yes.
You know. So they are.
Anything that makes you kill Nigerians,
you are part of that's what they do. So you can't come and tell me you are doing it for one cause or one. There's a lie.
Yes.
And so revolution. Let's go back. You know. So for me, if people are largely politicized, then we can have a real successful revolution. But the way Nigeria is going, we're going to have a revolution like Somalia, where it's going to be a failed state. Everywhere will be broken into different pieces with everybody controlling what he can hold or grab. You know, strongman politics.
That's already happening, though.
Yeah.
Even politically, politicians are holding large swaths of land in Nigeria.
I know.
There are people who own states, who own local government. You know, people they've divided Nigeria.
No, but where they are now is that they're still able to control majority of their henchmen.
Yes.
It's going to get to the stage where the henchmen will be like,
What am I?
Why am I listening to you?
Why do I have to go to?
Why am I listening to you?
Why do I have to go to Jagaban?
Yeah, you know me going.
When you can be my own Jagaban.
I'm Jagaban here. You know, so that's why there's no time to waste. You know, there has to be a large orientation for the people of this country, so that they know the task ahead. They know what we have to do. You know, I mean, I told people that one of the major forces in Nigeria has to be the so-called area boys and the Alimajeri all over the place. Yeah. We have to bring dignity to their lives. They have to come into the national building in a positive way. I mean, if you're an area boy, then you cannot decide. If I say, okay, stop being an area boy and come and build roads for the government. But these people rather use them to fight and leave them on the street for 4 years. No. Everybody has to be a part of this advancement. So yeah, I do believe in revolutions, but in Nigeria we also have the ability for a political revolution.
Do you have any other question there?
Yes. How do we incite ourselves in the right direction?
By changing our values. Values are very important. I think the things that we cherish in Nigeria are the wrong things. Not that they're the wrong things, they're just inessential. They are not the things that they are unessential
that add value to our lives.
That do not really add value to us as a people. We are, you know, we've bought so much into the American dream through our elites. Because you see, the only way our elites in Nigeria can show their luxury, show their wealth is through luxury. They have no other expression of wealth because they're not really dynamic. You know, they are not really the bourgeoisie that they claim to be. You see, because to be a bourgeoisie, you have to pay the price. Go and look at the West. The bourgeoisie there, they discovered worlds, they created realities, man. You know,
they invented
stuff. They run
factories,
multinational corporations. Apple alone is worth $1 trillion today. The whole Nigeria was rebased and debased. And they found out we have all Nigeria is worth 505 billion.
That's fraud, by the way.
Only Apple is worth $1 trillion.
Yes.
So, who is bourgeoisie here? We are not, you know. So these people, this pseudo bourgeoisie, you know, that they, you know, so to make you feel little, they have to. That's all they can do. They cannot build industries. They cannot invent. They cannot innovate. I task them today to invent, innovate, build industries without scraping it off the back of our people, as they've been doing, and feeding off the back of Nigeria. They can't. So they have to show you the luxury, continuously bombard your mind with their high-profile lifestyle, you know, so that you have the wrong values, you know, so that you are everything before you are in Nigeria, you know. I mean, who in Nigeria? How many young people in Nigeria today will not take American passports?
No, I say that campaign rallies that if they bring the Titanic here, put it in Lagos airport and say after 2 hours of shipping, now this thing will sink. The thing will stay full. So they will say, let's go first. Don't worry. Somebody will say, don't worry. Me, I go in charge of making they throw the water come out. You know, go sink.
There are people people
can go and sink at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea.
To cross the Mediterranean is $3,000.
To go and die.
20 people escape from a village together. They all have $3,000 to go and risk their life to enter Europe.
If you can give us that amount as a donation today.
No, I don't even want them to give it to you,
no.
Prezi. Let them pull it among themselves and do something in their community.
If they give us as a donation, they will take this country and turn it around.
But that's all they have.
No.
They have to. Let them be giving you something from the profits. No, let them build something in their community. That's $60,000.
But you don't understand that the political elite in this country, if you go and build anything in your community that they don't like, they will destroy it. Do you know here of a lawmaker? They built something, I think it was a borehole or something, and the village people offended him, took the thing, he destroyed the whole thing.
I'm not saying, his money, I'm not saying borehole. I'm saying those 20 boys that escaped from their village with $3,000. That means they had $60,000 between them. They didn't have to go and reach their life, but they don't have any value for Nigeria. They no longer,
because Nigeria didn't give them anything to live for.
We as a people, we have been indoctrinated and detached from the real value of our existence, which is our nation, our camaraderie as a people. You know. So that's what is missing among young people. This is really what is missing. So we need to, as I said, escape that cage that they try to impose on us, you know, and really see them for the nothing that they are, because they really are nothing. They really are nothing. They have done nothing. They will do nothing. I mean, we've had them forever. Okotiebo was the first one.
The one that had the long...
Yeah, that he used to carry his... I mean, you know, we've had all these, the richest men in the world for a long time.
Just carry his rapper.
I mean, MKO Abiola is another. Today, how many of his companies are out there still functioning? All these people that you are hailing, they are doing nothing but suck your blood. Everything that they have has been taken directly from your pocket. They are the reason you cannot have schools. They are the reason you cannot have good roads. They are the reason your children cannot have good health care. They are the reason your aged parents cannot have good care. They are the reason our dreams and our aspirations cannot be met. Yes. You have to see them as that. But you make the excuse in your heart because your pastor has told you that tomorrow God will bless you, you'll be like that. Is a lie. Statistically, 90% of us fall into poverty in every generation, no matter how hard we try. 5% make it, another 5% work for the 5% that have made it.
Yes.
And that is what happens to black people anywhere in the world. In fact, World Bank itself has said the probability of you to rise above your class in a capitalist system as it is set up today is greater than you winning the lottery. So you have a better chance of winning lottery than climbing out of poverty under this system that you are living in today.
Well, you know, one of the things I have to say is that I'm blessed to have been part of people who did not believe in the World Bank and their policies right from the university. And people question me all the time, how do you go to the World Bank meeting when you become president? I said, we don't need the meeting. Because
why are we going there?
I went to class, I went to school with the kids who are now working at the World Bank. What are they coming to tell me? You know?
No, what are we
tell them, why don't you go to Alabama first and solve the poverty problem in the place? Because they need loans there so that
in Detroit.
Yes, in Detroit.
In Flint, Michigan.
Yes.
Children are drinking lead.
So
you know?
So it's an hour and I don't want to take too much of your time. You just came back from a long trip, but you know it's always a pleasure to have you.
The less IMF and World Bank meeting our presidents go to,
the better for the country.
And the more town hall and local meetings they do, the better we'll be.
Yes. And the people we have enough people who can go to the IMF meetings. We have people who are tourists in this country. We can just be sending them to the meeting all the time. They report back, not to take notes. Even the people we send officially, they fall asleep at the meetings anyways. So we have enough people who can do that. But honestly,
no, we will have said we're not coming in. Yeah. We can't afford it.
So
Nigeria cannot afford. Let me tell you another thing.
Don't you know how much we spend on the tickets?
Nigeria cannot afford all these trips.
We need to put a house in order.
Listen, we cannot afford Aso Rock. Cannot afford all these state palaces.
Yes.
We cannot afford all these their bulletproof cars, their security, their allowance. These are the reasons we cannot have anything good as Nigerians. Yes. We cannot afford private jets. Listen, Nigerians, I'm not telling you this to make you feel down or make you feel little. I'm just telling you as it is. We are statistically a poor country with rich politicians. It does not work that way. We cannot pay prices that we cannot afford to keep an elite going when they're not even investing it back in the people. I will understand if they were taking all these billions and industrializing.
And building schools and
building libraries.
Symbolic foundations, you know, like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, every street in Nigeria, in Lagos has a hotel. There's no... How many libraries are in Ikeja? How many libraries are in VI? How many libraries are in Surulere? I mean, how many youth centers do we have in Lagos?
There are more bars.
Bars everywhere, hotels everywhere.
Schools and hospitals.
What are we doing? Why are the people staying in all these places? I mean, you know.
Thank you so much. You know, wealth of your experience. I love all the time, and we just have to make this country work in our life.
Everybody has to be involved.
That's a commitment I have, and that's why I always love for you to have this conversation. People are watching and they're listening, and we want them to key into this, you know, that whatever it is, get some education, political education, politicize yourself enough to be incited and angry to change your objective conditions that have been imposed upon you by our very wicked leaders and whomever is the person controlling them from outside or within.
No, there's imperialism.
Of course, I understand it.
There's
what I'm saying is
imperialism,
that, you know,
of course.
There's imperialism also, but people have also lived under imperialism and so-called imperialism and use their common sense. Where somebody was talking about, one friend of ours came from South Africa today, passed through Rwanda air. She said she didn't want to get out of the plane because
it was so good.
It was so good. Rwanda, you know, they fought 20 years of war, you know, and picked themselves up from there. We haven't fought war in 40 years, but this place is at war with itself. The leaders are at war against the people. The people against war against themselves, and the people refuse to be at war against the leaders, which is the way it should be.
Who is going to ask our leaders when they're going to almost 70% of this country is still foreign owned?
Yes.
We Nigerians were scraping for 30% of our own country. Why is that? Why is that? Why should we be scrapping for 30%? What's going on? Why should Nigeria be 70% foreign owned?
So yeah, this thank you so much.
No, it's my pleasure.
Viewers, we've been having a Seun Kuti. You can't have enough of this guy, man. I like to have you back as frequently as possible.
Yes, always.
And you know, one of these days,
I'm always ready to serve.
I know. What would you like to be in our government? Like, which ministerial position would you?
No. As I've always told you, my interest is to be the chairman of your political party or my political party.
Yes.
When the time is right.
Yeah.
And also, young people, you know, as I said, be dynamic. Even Sowore needs good competition.
Absolutely.
Create things that would drive ideas. If you think it's not good enough, then be the alternative.
What I've always told people
we want to see.
Because there's a lot of questions all the time. Why didn't you start from local government? Why are you not chairman?
Go there.
Go and send the party is there.
Exactly. Go there.
If that's what you can handle.
Let's do this.
The one I want to do is president.
He has picked his position.
You that you feel like senator is the one you love, go and be senator.
I've never had the interest to rule men.
Yeah, so
my interest has always been party politics, really at the core, to create a dynamic, political party that would lead the majority of the most populous black nation in the world.
Yes,
it's a big task because it is in that party that, I believe that a good political party politicizes the people.
Yes,
because when a good political party politicizes the people, what does that mean? It means the party wants to be a good government.
Yes,
because when people are politicized, every decision the government makes must be popular.
Yes, exactly. First and foremost.
Exactly.
Yeah. So government
if the decision is not popular,
then
the people will know.
No, yeah.
So that's why Nigerian government likes show. They don't want to politicize you. They don't want you to know. They just want show reactionary way. So you're not politicized enough.
Yes.
So they can make unpopular decisions and you don't know what is happening. So that's why I really enjoy party politics. This is my goal. This is what I really want to do.
Well, Saturday is our party convention.
I know.
We are going to invite you because I'm sure people would like to see you. Even if you just come and,
I'll be there. I've always been at all your events.
I appreciate that. And you are free to come and contest as chairman of the party as well. We'll be open. The only thing is that you say you don't have time.
Now, see, the thing is this. As I said, I still have to work so much out of Nigeria because I'm trying as much as possible to stay true to my own calling, not compromise for anything, and see how I can be the best as I can be for me and my family.
Yes.
So I have to work. Work is important. So, but I still want to do duty. Yes. When I'm home, dedicate myself. But with time, we'll
be on your case.
I'm going to shed the toga of touring. I'll be more on ground, and at that time, I'll really launch my political ambitions.
Yes. Fantastic. Thank you so much. One thing we do here is we fundraise because we don't have big men behind us. Is it possible that you can give us some money from the tour you just came back from?
I want to believe you're going to be a honest president.
I am.
Because the way things are, you should be sending some money to my account.
Look at what this guy is saying now.
You're one of the richest men in your age group in West Africa.
West Africa? Where did you get
outside of oil and gas? The people that have more money than Sowore in West Africa are in oil and gas. That is his age mate. Let me tell you people the truth.
This guy's sense of humor, man.
He's not like Obama that was poor when he became president.
Yes.
This is that's why I support him, because I know you can't bribe him.
I wish I had money. If I had money, man, this place would be on fire by now.
No,
but
you have money. You have money more than me, at least. It's me and the one that doesn't have money.
What do you do with your money, man? This guy makes a lot of money. I use
it to do advert on Sahara. What I do,
and he's owing me advert upon advert. So
I use all my money.
I'm always working for this man. It's time for him to give back. Now he's telling me that I'm poorer, I'm richer than him. How do we poor people hate ourselves like this?
I don't know.
Please contribute to us, even if that's small thing. Donate to our party.
I will definitely will.
So,
I will.
Hey, viewers.
You always, also because you come to my show.
Yes, I do.
But you don't pay gate fee.
No, I do.
You don't pay. You're always on the guest list.
I'm only one.
You're always on
to one of the show.
You are always on the guest list.
I said I want to see you at the back. So they now put me on the guest list. But I brought in nothing less than 10 people that I pay for. I always pay for it. I love to support you, man. You know how it is. Even within the family, they say that I'm biased for you. We don't want to talk about that here.
Yes, it's true.
Yes, it's like,
but we're also like,
yes.
We have a special friendship, like Bush and Blair.
No, don't mention those people on my show. Bush.
No, I just say like their friendship. It's not like we are them. We just have like their friendship.
Yes. Anyway, so she's been amazing, and I would love to keep bringing you back, even.
Anytime.
It's a lot, because a lot of people are watching and listening to you, and I like to see it when we can project into the future by way of these conversations. But one of the things that needs to happen in Nigeria is to change the team as well.
Yes, of
the
course.
people who are running the conversation, because even the imperialists,
yeah, man,
and the people who are there thinking that all these people, by the time they see that the team has changed
completely,
you know, they're like, wow, we have to also change our tactics.
And these ones are speaking the real language.
Language, exactly. And what is it that they want to tell you? Western education, you have been there. You understand?
What do you want to tell you?
You have blown saxophone to the extent that you have more than one airwave all over. You have read all their books and tactics. You have the exposure. All of us have done it. We've been there, seen it, and come back to our country and come to the conclusion. One of the things that is driving the way people watch and listen to these ideas is that a lot of our people are chased out of here, have been chasing what they call the green pasture.
The American dream.
That they have become fertilizer for the pasture, and everybody wants to come back. There's no American dream. I tell people, you can only have a dream if you can sleep. The moment you walk into America, you are not going to sleep again until you leave. There's a description I give to America. America is like a frying pan. The immigrants they're like dodo. So you know how, like, if they want to fry you inside a fry pan, they will look at the dodo, they'll cut you to pieces, and then they'll start running you around. And that dodo, that is where you are spoiled or you are born, they'll put you on the panhandle. Panhandle. And what is panhandle? That's Florida. That's where you put all the people that have been condemned by, because America will overwork you. They will overindulge you. You come and they give you credit, come and have a car. Then you discover that when you are looking at when you are buying a car, it's like, should be only $300, every month to pay in 5 years. Look at 5 years, don't calculate. That 5 years, the man will just call you and say, no, you are still owing us another $10,000. You're like, but why did I buy a car from you and you didn't tell me the truth? Because the system is not meant to tell you the truth. You're going to have a house that you cannot afford. They have to pay over back in 30 years. That 30 years, they know you are not going to live for 30 years because the system has already, by the time you are 30 years, they have replaced your knees, ankles, and your children.
Foreclosure is coming.
Yes, foreclosure is coming. The banks are after you. Your children are looking for ways to move you to an old people's home, where you are practically in detention because you can't leave even if you are well. So, except your family come and visit
get you.
So, but in Africa, man, this is beautiful. You wake up, it's sunshine. In America, you are depressed for 6 months because of cold weather. You can't even move. And a lot of things are just not for us. We are not... there's no American dream. I keep telling the way to understand American dream is to walk into America and look at what is happening to Americans themselves.
That's what people don't see.
But people just say that you think that they are lazy.
They don't show that on...
Yes, because you don't see that on CNN. You don't see that on MTV. They're always showing you the brighter side of life. They don't know that when those girls finish dancing, they have to take off their clothes and go and, sometimes go and pay their mortgage. They can't afford it. They have to go back again and dance. When you see an American musician that is like saying, hey, you see gold, and then one day you discover when it's going through foreclosure, it tells you that gold na panda or just to take and show off, So people have, but it takes a level of intellectual deepness and understanding to know that life is not about playing. That life is substance if you live where you are comfortable and where it's habitable for you. And America is neither here nor there. I've seen it 19 years out there, and I've said to myself, the best place to be is home. We just have to rescue this motherland and make Africa work for the rest of us. And it's not only happening in Nigeria. There's a guy in Uganda, a musician, Bobby Wine, who is stirring things up. You have in South Africa Julius Malema, but we need to be the one leading the charge because this is the origin. Like I described Nigeria, Africa is a gun that's facing down, and Nigeria is a trigger here, and that gun is loaded. But until Nigeria fires, Africa is screwed.
Yeah, this is the most populous nation. Yes. We need to get it together.
Yeah,
and we really, in many instances, we're always the ones like actually not pulling our weight.
Yeah,
we need to get ready, man. Especially young people here, old people too. Everybody, because
everybody. Old people need to live a better life too.
Yeah, everybody. I don't know why everybody
young
say
people are energized. Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah. Everybody.
What is young people? I tell old people, young people is social security for old people.
Exactly.
Because if you are old and your kids are useless, you are going to die of hunger faster than. But if your kids are doing well, they will bring you money, clothes.
But you're not even the responsibility of your children. If your country is doing well,
yes,
the state should be able to give you a dignified old age with your pension, the care you need.
Yeah, that's there. But culturally too, we take care of our parents. So if you are an old person and you have screwed up your country, and you are now wondering why they are not paying your pension, it's because you didn't provide the opportunity for the younger ones to contribute to the pension that would have been paying.
I had a discussion with some of my pension. Some people were discussing some pension issues with some older comrades. Yeah, the pension issue that old people experience in this country is their karma for not engaging in the system when they were young.
No, it's true. It's not a joke. I'm not. It's not a joke.
That's what you suffer.
If they are taking on the system seriously.
If you are not being, say, fella was crazy that time, you will be collecting your pension today easily. Normally,
because that was what fella was saying. Say, don't let them steal your pension.
Yeah, I beg. This man, they talk. I'm bush. So that's what's going on.
Crazy,
so you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Now people that are not as old as you are stealing money that you have worked for all your life.
Young people, exactly. Some of the people stealing pension money are
very young.
Yes. This pension manager.
They've not even worked 5 years in civil service.
Wow. Akataka, like one of my friends like to say. Bigger comrades say Akataka. Wow. Thank you so much, Seun. So it's 10 o'clock and 10:17 actually. So for those of you watching and those who have been glued to program tonight, you just have to understand that nobody will do it for you except you do it for yourself.
Everybody else,
whether you are in Spain or you are in Italy, you are in America, Europe, Japan, whatever drove you out of this country, let it drive you back to
straight.
Yes. So that we can come and rescue the country and we can live it.
It was even an idea I was going to give to you, that you have to make the clarion call to all Pan-Africanists all over the world.
Yes.
Not only Nigerians, but all Pan-Africanists to come and join your team here.
Yes.
You need to make the clarion call that the most popular black nation, is about to be liberated.
Yes.
This is not just a Nigerian effort.
No, it's true.
The situation of Nigeria is important to all black people. All motherland people.
Just to add quickly, one of our policies is that everybody whose DNA reveals that they're from Nigeria would enter this country visa-free as soon as we're sworn in.
Yes.
Every person. I don't see any reason why Nigeria should be asking black people for visa.
No, we're still a colonial country. Yes. I tell people that this is why the police still shoot us, because it's still the colonial training. This is how we can't feed ourselves. It's still because the crop planning of the colonial masters is still how we grow food in Nigeria. Yes. And the colonial masters never planned the crops in Nigeria to feed Nigerian people. They did plant the land to export the goods that they could grow there. And that's the same system we are using. We've not, imagined a new system, which we have to do to feed ourselves.
Don't let that man run away, because we want to introduce you on our show. That's our friend that just came from America. Let's keep. Come on, show.
We are done, Abi?
Yes, we're done. Thank you so much.